I can also use it with something called a range. Now the range function is new to us, and what that does is it produces what's called a range object. And a range object contains a number set inside it. If I say range 0, 6, that will give me a range object that contains the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It will not include 6. So the upper limit is what's called an exclusive limit, which means it'll go all the way up to this, but not including that. Important to remember, right? So if I want to do that, again, this is the container variable, and I'm going to print that, but it's going to do this for each one of those numbers. So if I say for x in range 0, 6, print x, oops. Okay, so when I run that, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what is a range? If I want to print range 0, 6, just like this, if I print that, it's just going to say it's a range 0, 6. If I want to look inside the range, then what I can do is I can use a data conversion function to convert that to a list. And then when I print it, it gives me a list. Note the square brackets and the commas between the things. It'll tell me what are all the things that are in that range. So if I want to print out that range, I can do that by converting it to a list, and then I can see specifically what's inside it. So I can do that. That's an easy way, using the start number and the end number, to define a series. It's much easier than, let's say, I want to have a list of numbers from 1 to 1,000. I could type those all into a list, but it's much easier to say range 0, 1,000 or 1,001 if I want to include that last one. There's a shorthand there. If the first number in the range is 0, then all I have to provide is the top number. So let's say I want to have a list of 0 to 50 or 0 to 49. I can easily do that by just saying range 50. It's a really quick way to do something. But here's another trick. If I say for x in range 10, let's say I want to do something 10 times. I don't have to use x. Notice my code here doesn't use x in it. I'm just using x as a basis for this counter. I'm saying for x in range, print hello. If I want to do something exactly 10 times and then stop, that's much easier, right, than creating a variable that's a counter and using a while loop and testing to see when it's done. If I want something 10 times, I just say 10. Now, if I print that value, notice it's 0 through 9, but that still does the thing 10 times. So if it doesn't matter what x is equal to, if I just want to do something 10 times, I can easily do something 10 times, just like this. So a range is really useful for creating a simple loop that has a definite end.